Okay, we're gonna try to get this screen on here with Sublime, and I'm gonna do File, File, New Screen Recording. Let's drag this on here. Bring this up a little bit. Start recording. Okay. So, learning about if statements. Chapter 14. So here's how it works. I'm not like huge on this, but if you put first in your array, no, not array. Let's just say if x, you gotta put another parentheses. If x equals y, you gotta put 3 equals, or else it's not gonna work. And these two lines, that's not really how it looks like, but again, I don't really know how to put the exact lines on there. Oh, yes, I do. Haha. Oh, wrong one. There we go. There we go. Okay, so if x equals y, or the two lines mean or a equals b, that's in its own quotation marks. The quotation, I mean exclamation or parentheses. And you gotta put two ands. I'm not really sure why. Coding is just so confusing. And C equals D. Once you put in the brackets, that means then. So if x equals y and a equals b, or a equals b, and c equals d, then g equals h. Now keep in mind, this isn't my own work. This is from the book by Mark Myers in A Smarter Way to Learn JavaScript. So, and then after that, the bracket is done. Then start a new line, and then put else, if and else statements. Those are pretty important. Else e equals f. So this is just the first part. So they're saying if x equals y in the coding, or a equals b and c equals d, all that needs to happen in order for g to equal h. If that doesn't happen, if none of those relate, then e equals f. So according to the book, in the code above, if either of the first conditions is true, and in addition the third condition is true, then g is assigned to h. Otherwise, e is assigned to f. So pretty much what I just said. So according to Mark Myers, there's another way to code this using nesting. So I'm just copying this from the book. This isn't my own work. So if C equals D, bracket, then well, that's a bracket for a different part of the array. So if C equals D, or if x equals y, another bracket. The brackets get so confusing. Then g equals h. That's alone in its own bracket. And then every time you finish one, finish a code, you gotta put in an exclamation or a semicolon. Start another bracket there. This bracket here, the bracket right here, I'll use my cursor, and these are both together. So then put an else if a equals b, then you gotta put in another bracket. You really gotta keep track of the brackets. and G equals H. Okay. Then put another else. Else E equals F, semicolon. Oh, forgot a semicolon right here. Oh, someone just messaged me on Facebook. E equals F, and then that's the end of that bracket. Then make some more lines, make some space. Else E equals F, then a semicolon. So, like I said, once you put an if, which is outside the brackets, then the brackets mean then. If C equals D, then G equals H. But then you put another one if X equals Y, and so on. So so it says there are 3 blocks nested inside the top level if. Okay, so that means what they're talking about in blocks is the brackets. So block 1, block 2, block 3. And that is the end of the tutorial of chapter 14 of if statements nested.